Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Mr. M's Math Games and Math Breakthroughs. In today's episode, we are going to play Target 1000, and then we're going to learn about one of the earliest math breakthroughs in human history, which I am really excited for you to learn about. In a moment, I'm going to change the video so that you can see my desktop so that we can actually start playing Target 1000. You will still see me in the corner, but then I'll teach you how to play the game. And then after you learn how to play the game, there is going to be a short math history lesson with an assignment that you'll have to complete by the end of the math period. All right, let's get started. All right, hi everybody. I am now a tiny little box in your screen and we're going to play Target 1000. This is the PowerPoint that is in your Wednesday folder and it has the game board, all 3 rounds of it. Now the game is called Target 1000. I'll give you a moment to think. Why do you think it's called Target 1000? And what do you think might be the point of this game? You might be thinking maybe 1000 has to do with something to do with it, and you will be correct. You would be correct. This game, you're trying to get to as close to 1000 as possible. Now, as you can see on this PowerPoint, the first thing that is on the first slide is this link to playing card shuffle. All you have to do is put your mouse over it and it'll take you to the website. I already have that website queued up, so let's go to that right now. All right, so if you click that link, you'll see this website. And on this website, there's a couple of things you need to do before we get started. So this shuffles cards for us virtually, since we didn't give you any cards in your box. So what you'll do is you go to draw, and instead of 1, you're going to click 8. So you're going to click 8 cards from one shuffle deck. You're going to keep the spades, you're going to keep the hearts and diamonds and clubs. That's fantastic. You are going to click on the 10s because we don't want to have the 10s. We don't want to have jacks, queens, or kings. The only thing you should have are aces through 9. Aces for this game count as 1. And then we are actually going to include the black joker and the red joker. Both those are going to count as zeros. So everything else stays the same, and I'm going to draw cards. All right, so I have a 6, 2, 5, 3, 2, 7, 9, and 8. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to get big again. So I just got a 6, a 2, a 5, a 3, a 2, a 7, a 9, and an 8. All right, so what I want to do with these numbers is I want to pick 6 of them to make 2 3-digit numbers. And then again, the point is trying to get to 1000. So I'm looking at these numbers here, and I know that 700 plus 200 is pretty close to 1000. So I'm going to do 700. I'm going to cross that out because you can only use the digits once. And 200. Okay, so let's do 759. And then I have 2 more digits for the 200. Let's do 38. All right, so I didn't use a 2 and a 6, and that's okay. You can only pick 6 of them. So I'm going to add these up. And now I'm going to show you. Actually, I'll add them up. 17, 9 plus 8 is 17. 10 plus 50 plus 30 is 900, or 90, sorry, 90. 10 plus 50 plus 30 is 90. And 700 plus 200 is 90. So my sum is 997. That's actually pretty good. So I'm going to share now my PowerPoint. So on the first round, this is the second slide, I'm going to write down the numbers that I added. So I got 759 plus 238 equals, and I got 997. And my sum is 997. My score is how far I am from 1000. So take a moment right now. It shouldn't take you too long. How far am I from 1000? exactly, just 3. So my score is 3. That's really good. So the lower your score after 5 rounds, the better. So that's my first round, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So I'm going to play one more round so that you can kind of get a sense of how this game works. So I'm going to erase this. You won't have to erase this because you're doing your work in your math notebook. Make sure to date it 9/16/20, which is today's date. All right, so I'm going to go back to my random playing card shuffler, and I am going to click on again. All right, so aces count as 1. So I got a 1, and I'm going to stop the share here so that you can see it. Got a 1, a 2, an 8, a 3, a 9, an 8, a 3, and a 0 because I got a joker. All right, so again, I'm picking 6 of these 8 numbers to create 2 3-digit numbers. So let's think. It's pretty good. I can't start a number with a 0, so that doesn't quite work, unfortunately. But I could do maybe let's do 901. I wonder if you probably had a better one than me, but that's okay. Oh nope, take that back. I don't want the 1. Let's do 903. 903 and 123. 123. Again, you might have done something better than me than this. So I got 3 plus 3 is 6. 0 plus 20 is 20. 900 plus 100 is 1,000. Now, how far am I from 1,000 this time? Yeah, 26. So not the worst score, but definitely not the greatest. So let's share here my screen. So I got 903, so I have to type that in, 903 plus 123 equals 1,026. Do not forget that comma, it's really important. And my sum is 1,026, and my score was 26. So far, my combined score is 29. Again, you can play this by yourself. You can play this with a partner. If you're playing with a partner, you'll alternate. And then whoever has the lowest score after 5 turns is the winner for that round. So your task for today's, and I'm going to stop here sharing. Your task for today's math class is to play this game on your own. But then after this, right after this, we're going to do a math breakthrough lesson. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, so for our first math breakthrough, we're going to learn about the Ishango bone. And the Ishango bone is a bone that was made out of a baboon's fibula over 20,000 years ago. And I was looking at my notes to make sure I got that number right, 20,000 years ago. And it's one of the oldest mathematical tools found in history. And there's been bones that have been found that have like tally marks that farmers used to use to kind of keep track of their animals. But this one has actually an intricate tally marks that actually might be based on the base number 12, a number system that they created back in the day, which is really amazing. So there's actually going to be a YouTube video that you're going to watch right after I'm finished talking. It'll just start playing after I'm done talking. And you'll watch that, and then I'll have a question for you at the end that you will answer on Flipgrid. So have fun learning about the Ishango bone.
Well, Africa being credited with another contribution to science. CNN's Patricia Kelly talked with researchers who have evidence that 20,000 years ago, Before the pharaohs of Egypt, another African civilization produced a sophisticated calculator.
Proof that primitive man was well acquainted with mathematics lies under lock and key in the dusty archives on the 19th floor of Belgium's Royal Institute of Natural Science. Best described as a prehistoric calculator, it's a piece of animal bone, just 10 centimeters long, about 4 inches. Discovered in the 1950s by a leading Belgian archaeologist, the bone was found near Lake Edward at Ishango, on the border between the Congo and Rwanda. What sets the bone apart from the other fossils and fragments found at Ishango are its markings, groups of notches arranged in 3 distinct columns.
They are very, very well organized. They are not made at random. If you can make notches at random just to count how many animals you have killed today or something like that, but it's rather well organized.
When the notches are counted, a series of number sequences emerges. They suggest a number system based on 10, another based on 12, as well as a knowledge of multiplication and of prime numbers. This is a replica of the bone. It's thought this piece of quartz at the tip may have been used for writing or engraving. The Ishango bone may also be proof that a highly advanced civilization existed in Central Africa 15,000 years before the emergence of Egyptian culture. Homo sapiens may therefore have evolved in Central Africa before anywhere else in the world.
We have more and more proofs of mathematical activities in Africa, not written, but on stones, on bones, on strings. So indeed, there are more reasons to think that it's the start of, it's the very first mathematical activity. And in my view, of course, it should not be on the 19th floor. It should be on a golden table at the entrance of the museum.
It's thought Ishango man's numbers system may have spread north following the River Nile into Egypt, as well as into West Africa. Now his influence may travel even further. This award-winning film director wants to take the bone into space and make a documentary about it.
I want to make a link between the history of Africa and the future of the mankind.
With the help of the European Space Agency, he's already taken the bone on a practice parabolic flight in zero gravity. The project is a deliberate allusion to the opening scenes from Stanley Kubrick's classic science fiction film 2001, A Space Odyssey. 50 years after the Ishango bone was found and stuffed away in a drawer, it could be blasted into outer space, turning science fiction into fact. That could happen even before it goes on public display here on Earth. Patricia Kelly, CNN, Brussels.
Interesting stuff, right? Pretty amazing. So every Wednesday we're going to have a new math history lesson. So I wanted to start us off with one of the earliest math discoveries. And so every math breakthrough will have a question that you will answer on Flipgrid. So there will be an assignment on your Schoology page that is connected to this question that I'm about to ask you. And you are going to answer it, again, on Flipgrid. So your question for this first math breakthrough is, are numbers created by humans or are numbers part of nature? Again, were numbers created by humans, or are our numbers part of nature? You can think about it as, was math created by humans, or is math part of nature? So you'll go to your Schoology page, go to the assignment that says Math Breakthrough Flipgrid assignment, and you'll click on that, and you'll turn it in. So have fun.